Trump tried to stop this shit by putting up that wall. It only made us to work harder and smarter. I'll have a border patrol pick up 10 of my people and bring them right here. We don't give a as long as they get their cut.
So what are the best ways to smuggle people now in 2025?
In the car, but have them as a passenger.
Going through Border Patrol.
Hell yeah.
¿Puedes describir tu profesión?
Narcotraficante,
¿En qué nivel se encuentra usted dentro de su organización?
jefe.
This is a cartel smuggler.
You pop it open, inside the tire of the tire walls, that's where you're gonna hide the product. Product can be anything from powder, it can be pills.
And so is this guy that deals in meth.
I'll start doing it right now. Pull up to the liquor store a little bit. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, make it 40.
And this man right here is the right-hand man of one of the most violent cartel bosses in Tijuana.
¿Cuántos años tienes en tu trabajo?
Toda la vida.
Today we dive into how the Mexican cartels operate in one of the most profitable parts of their territory, the California border. And as we speak right now, there is a vicious war being fought in Tijuana.
A week of attacks across Mexico. Dozens of stores, cars, buses, and trucks set on fire.
And once the cartels make it into America, they have yet another battle to fight: U.S. law enforcement.
A massive disruption to a cartel based in the Imperial Valley. 47 alleged members of the Sinaloa cartel indicted. More than 2 million potentially fatal doses of fentanyl seized.
Today we look into questions like, is business harder or easier under the Trump administration? What are the current methods smugglers are using to be successful? And what motivates the people that work for these ruthless cartels? Join me today as we find out this and much, much more. Let's head to San Diego. But before we meet the cartel, first a quick word from our sponsor. Running a small business can be hard.
Our boss doesn't know shit about technology.
Guys, let's do an inventory check. Do the GDs rob us, or do we have everything we need for our shoot today in DC? There's definitely shit missing. Running a small business doesn't need to be difficult, especially if you have the right tools. And that's why today's episode is brought to you by the sponsor, Odoo. It is an all-in-one platform for your small business needs. Everything from a CRM, to inventory, to accounting, to even building a website or doing email marketing. What's cool about this management software is it has everything you need all in one place to make your small business organized and effective. Something really cool about working with Odoo is the first application you build on their platform is free, so you get to test it out without any risk. In fact, one business challenge I'm facing is hiring an overseas editor, so I use Odoo to create a questionnaire to evaluate applicants. So folks, it's time to get your small business in order. Use the link in my pinned comment or description and get started getting your small business more efficient and organized so you can do what you do best, which is run the show, make some money, and live your dreams. Thanks, Odoo. And now, folks, let's get into this cartel documentary. We got a lot of shit to cover here. We have cartel leads. We have a lot of things brewing and cooking, but I just want you to think that anywhere around this city, we're just across the border of Tijuana. You have no idea which car is making a delivery, a transaction, and that we are gonna be in the thick of things for this episode. So come on, join me. For our first stop of the journey, we meet with Widow, a woman who has been smuggling on behalf of Mexican cartels for many years, and she is currently facing over 25 years in prison. She gives us the inside scoop on how smuggling is done and what it's like working for a Mexican cartel.
Essentially, my role is recruiting and training people how to cross the border.
Is that a difficult business right now?
It is, because people are getting a lot more scared. Right now, you have a lot of different entities kind of like factoring in. So like my backstory is I was born here in the States on accident. Like my mom gave birth on accident here. I was never intended to be born here. And my mom, she's from Sinaloa and my dad's from Durango. So growing up on the border, when I tell people, oh, I'm Mexican, hablo español, soy mexicana, no, like you just did really well in English, like in Spanish class in school. And the truth is I didn't learn English till I was like 14. Lo único que viene de la frontera va a ser gente, drogas y a veces documentos. Hasta ahí.
¿Qué tipos de documentos?
Documentos para que la gente que está de aquel lado, que ocupan mantener un perfil bajo, que están buscados, estén acá y pueden moverse más fácil.
So, if I'm on the FBI's most wanted list and I'm a cartel boss, why would I live in the United States?
Because sometimes you hide in plain sight.
But why not live in Mexico where I have a compound, I have bodyguards, I have endless resources?
Because that's not safe. That's not safe. I can tell you that firsthand. I lived that. Where I lived in Mexico, it was safe, supposedly. And one day, I get out of my car, my spouse, he just walked to the corner store, and not even 30 seconds later, all I heard was his nickname. They yelled it out. I looked at him, I told him to throw himself on the floor. I had to throw my newborn baby to somebody who can protect her. And mind you, we were in a gated community. I had guards outside my house, and all I can do is watch him get shot.
So you and your children witnessed your spouse get killed in front of you by a Sicario.
My family is connected to a cartel. But just because I'm their family member doesn't mean that I'm protected. Protection costs money. Protection costs your life, your soul, your entity, everything.
How high up in this game would you say you are?
High enough that when the last time I got arrested, they literally pulled me over and they said, hey, is your name beep?
You're currently fighting a federal case right now.
Currently.
And how much time are you looking at?
We're talking like 25 to 35. It's a risk that everybody takes when you join into this lifestyle.
¿Trabajas para muchas carteles o solamente uno?
Para varias personas. Es que puedes trabajar dentro del mismo cartel, pero hay diferentes, lo que le llaman fraccionamientos. Yo he hecho trabajos para carteles de Sinaloa, o sea, lo que son chapitos, o sea, lo que es de los chapitos, es el Mayo. Hace muchos años era la familia Arellano Félix.
Can we hear more about the battle waging, particularly in Tijuana, between cartels? Who's taking power? Who's losing power? What's going on? This is Fernando, aka El Bordo. He grew up in Tijuana and San Diego and did freelance smuggling for a few years. He's built a reputation for being heavily tapped into cartel connections, and he gives some insights on the current state of affairs and how things are going down on the border right now.
It's very crazy, man, because like there's a whole faction of like the Tijuana cartel, and you hear about like the new generation cartel, but they're also Tijuana-based people, you know, but they're just with another flag. But when you get into the details, like these bosses have known each other for years. There's just words about like they killed each other's brothers and stuff like that. So it's not really something like Sinaloa and against Tijuana because they're different factions. No, it's actually like internal.
Is it fair to say that right now in Mexican cartel history, this is a particularly violent and bloody and dangerous time?
Yeah, it's worse than ever right now.
How would you rate the difference between doing business under Trump versus Biden?
Con Biden, las cosas sí fueron tantito más relajados. Su enfoque era en otras cosas, no tanto lo que es la seguridad de la frontera, pero con papi Trump, uy no. Es que muchos mexicanos les gusta la idea de Trump en oficina porque todos pensamos que es un pendejo, ¿no? En realidad la gente creo que no piensa la realidad de que este cabrón está muy trucha. Es bien inteligente y especialmente lo que es lo suyo es el negocio. Es cabrón el güey. Bien cabrón. Pero la cosa es que Trump es un racista. No quiere a los mexicanos.
Next, we meet with a man who goes by Gordo. He is the right-hand man of one of the most violent Tijuana cartel bosses, and he gives us an insider scoop on current cartel business and politics.
¿Puedes describir tu profesión?
Narcotraficante,
¿En qué nivel se encuentra usted dentro de su organización?
jefe,
¿Cuántos años tienes en tu trabajo?
toda la vida. Mi padre fue traficante.
¿Eres capaz de decir a qué organización perteneces? Creo que quiere decir que sí se puede decir.
Vamos al cartel de Tijuana.
¿Cuál es la diferencia de hacer negocios bajo el gobierno de Trump al que estaba Biden?
Era más fácil, la frontera estaba más abierta. Bajaron los precios de nuestros productos. El presidente Trump está haciendo las cosas perfectamente. Quiere llevar el país a una mejor economía. Está cerrando las fronteras porque pasó muchas personas que no tenía que pasar con el gobierno de Biden, que pedían asilo político. Muchas de las personas que pidieron asilo político, la verdad eran criminales. Ahora con Trump pues van a regresar los precios y
como era antes.
Entonces va bien la política con Donald Trump.
Next, we meet with a man who goes by G70. He's a human smuggler as well as a drug smuggler. We met up with him in a very creepy safe house near the border, and here's how it went. How young were you when you got into this game?
I I was born into this, man. There's no coming out of this no more. Once you go into this game, you're gonna die, or you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. And that's my only two options. And I know this.
And what makes that worth it?
Giving my family a better life. I bought everybody a house, everybody has a car, and everybody has money in their pockets. Even though I might be broke, my whole family is not, because I blessed them.
When do you get the blessings of your work?
My blessings come when I give it away to my family and the people that I love, and it makes me feel great.
How is the business different when Biden was president to Trump now? How has it changed?
Biden didn't give a He did not. He was a dumbass, man. He would stand up there and then just freeze on the camera and didn't know what to do, and all that shit went for us because he wanted to open the borders, and we needed those borders to stay open. So when the president changed and Donald Trump came into play, he really put his motherfucking foot down on us. And we felt it. We felt it. That we figured it out. We got Mexican cops paid off, and every authority from the border patrol, everybody. I have a border patrol pick up 10 of my people and bring them right here. We don't give a f. As long as they get their cut, that will shut the f.
If you get a shot out that window, you're gonna see that border. This section right here, it's the outskirts of Playas de Tijuana, and here it's called Soler. A lot of criminal activity happens in this section right over here. It's on the Mexican side. This is the riskiest way to cross into the States from Mexico. Yeah, if you try to swim through the ocean, that ocean will kill you right there.
So what are the best ways to smuggle people now in 2025?
In the car, but have them as a passenger. How it's done, it's kind of up, but it's really simple. Again, women kind of take domination on that part of the industry too. They steal IDs from like Americans.
So the average person crossing the border right now is in a car, border patrol, go up to the checkpoint, and you have that border patrol on payroll, or you just have fake documentation?
Fake documentation sometimes. There are some people that do have border patrol agents on payroll.
Which cartel is the most powerful right now in Tijuana?
Well, right now, La Nueva Generación is, they are coming in strong. But you do have those older sanctions, those older families that are still putting their foot down. But if you go down to like Rosarito, Puerto Nuevo, Primo Tapia, Ensenada, San Quintín, San Felipe, keep going down all the way until you hit Baja Sur, you have smaller families, you have smaller entities that are making big impacts in the community. People are scared to drive through Tijuana. Me personally, I went not that long ago, and I was swiveling my head more than a fucking bobble, because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Escucho que hay una guerra en Tijuana entre los carteles. ¿Qué ha pasado y quién va ganando?
Tijuana es una frontera muy codiciada. Siempre ha estado en guerra. Todo el mundo quiere traficar por Tijuana, por su acercamiento a una de las ciudades económicas más grandes del mundo, que es Los Ángeles. Tijuana siempre ha estado en guerra. All the cartels in TJ right now are fighting against each other. Donald Trump tried to stop this shit by putting up that wall. It only made us to work harder and smarter. He ain't never gonna stop us. Like that little hoe right there. She's calling me right now asking me if she could cross the border and bring some drugs for me. I told her, yeah. I said, oh, when I got time. I'll shove one little tiny ounce of pussy, another ounce of pussy. You take this gun, cross it through the border too, shove it in your pussy.
Can you tell me what's going on over here?
This crystal right here, that's 1 ounce. That's 3 ounces. That's another ounce right there.
So is it a particularly bloody and violent time right now in Mexico?
Like it's stupid dangerous out there right now.
All right, so essentially, when you identify a vehicle that you're gonna use to cross the border, it's really simple. The more normal the car is, the better. So for instance, something like this vehicle looks like a little mom car, a little family car. You'll never suspect what's its real intentions behind it. So step one, you look at the tires, right? You get that measurement of the tire. Why? Real simple. If you know anything about cars, you know that your spare tire will never be the same size of your real tire. You always go for a car that has a spare tire on the inside versus underneath. That's like a size 16, 17 tire, if I'm not mistaken. This donut, it's great. Only reason why you don't use donuts is because one, they're extremely expensive to repair. Two, once you pop them open, you can't seal them the same. And three, for logistic reasons, you don't want to be giving away a $800 tire every single time you do a drop. You see this part right here with the flathead? You pop it open inside the tire of the tire walls. That's where you're going to hide the product. Product can be anything from like powder. It can be pills. Unfortunately, there is part of this business that there's certain people that will get caught up in this. They either get too cocky, they're people that are not trusted, they're people that are burnt out, they're just people that they need to get rid of, and they'll literally set them up for failure so that way they get caught at the border. But yeah, that's how you would typically pack a tire. Other ways that people pack cars, I've done it before. It's not something that I typically like to do. You can always remove the panels here. You remove these panels, and inside it's usually pretty hollow. You can usually stick about, I never went more than like 2 bricks on each side. The tire itself can carry anywhere between 1 kilo if you're gonna do something light. That's usually like somebody who's trying to get some personal use across, but the most I've ever put in a tire is about 15 kilos.
How much money can you stand to make from that?
That's where pricing can get interesting. So for instance, most people, for just being a driver, unless they're working or they're communicating with somebody that they trust, it's going to be anywhere from like $2,000 a run to, if you're with an organization that respects you and values you and they're going to pay you what you're worth, they're going to pay you $2,000 for every piece of product that you have in the car.
And how many of these runs can you do in a week?
I used to do like 2 a day.
So were you balling off of this?
¿Ganas más dinero en el negocio de trata de personas o de narcos?
Es de los dos. El negocio de las personas ilegales está es muy rentable, está muy caro por lo mismo. Una persona ahorita vienes a cobrar una persona ilegal hasta $20,000. Los dos son muy productivos.
En un mes, ¿cuánto dinero es posible ganar en este negocio?
Al mesecito mínimo con $100,000.
This motherfucker right here, that little stupid ass guy right here. Yes, sir. It's how we communicate without any signals getting pinpointed to us, because this is a private line that you have to pay for, and you cannot get in here unless you know us. One of my guys is the guy. So I picked up 6 people. The 7th person, I couldn't find him. Look at him, poor dude.
He got caught in the barbed wire.
Poor dude, man. So the next morning, look where they got his ass. Right there. Border Patrol's taking him down. I feel so bad for that dude, man.
How much did that guy pay to try and get across?
Everybody's different because whoever recommends them and whoever the family is, it all just depends who you know. I could charge you up to $14,000, $12,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. After $20,000 is a little much.
What makes this job worth it to you?
It's not. Now I can say that it's not worth it. I got my kids, you know, I got my family.
How young were you when you made your first run, you think?
16. I was 16 and I was pregnant with my eldest. And I was scared shitless because my mom had just kicked me out of the house. She told me, hey, like, you wanted to go do adult things? Well, now you gotta go live with the man.
There's shopping malls over here. Can you just describe the difference between quality of life here in America to just over there, what the difference is?
The shopping center that we're at, if there's a homeless person walking around here, they can get a cheeseburger. If they panhandle, like, for a little bit, they can get a cheeseburger and fries. There's people behind this wall that they have not had a cheeseburger in like over a year, that all they eat is rice and beans.
And that's what motivates a lot of these people to do this kind of
It's
work.
money, it's money.
In the American media, the image portrayed of the cartels is they're terrifying, they're brutal, they're doing a lot of evil things. Is that an accurate representation?
I would say no, because so you go back, for instance, you go to the outskirts of Culiacan, to like the little ranches, the fincas, what everybody knows of, these little small rural towns. There's little to no money. There's no there's no commerce there. There's nothing. You know what these big cartel honchos do? They give money back to the community. You know, they make parks for the kids. They help with like basic foods for, you know, for the local community. They build schools.
From many of the reports I've seen, by far the cartel that is becoming the biggest, strongest, most powerful is CJNG. Is that accurate?
It's accurate for right now.
What words would you use to describe their cartel?
They're going against tradition, killing in front of women and children, violating women and children, robbing from innocent bystanders that have nothing to do with the organization.
Is it almost like in America, OGs versus YNs?
You can put it that way.
So right now you're facing legal troubles. Does the cartel that you were working with or freelancing with, do they step in and help you in that situation?
Nope.
What does that make you think?
Makes me think, rethink and second guess my choices. It
Like, did
really
you
does.
expect
More loyalty?
At one point I did, especially because I've been with them for so long and I've been working for so long, but at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world, you know?
And it's almost like, hey, you're good as long as you're working.
I'm disposable at any point in time. People over here that claim here in the US that they've tried Ducey before is fucking hilarious.
That's the really,
Like, it's not-
That's the real stuff. Ducey is the pink stuff. The things that you hear about, like all these artists singing in songs and rapping about it in songs, it is so hard to get your hands on the real shit of that. You know what I would make my money off of? Like coca lavada, like flavored Coke, like strawberry, coconut, pineapple. Oh yeah, like this. This is a driver ready to pick up, like, in TJ. Like, he's waiting for somebody to meet him.
so he sends that to you like, hey, I'm ready, I'm in position.
This is the driver at the port of entry, just like checking in, because we obviously...
In the car, no, at this point.
No, this is all drugs. So on this end of the border, you're never gonna see people actually cross people, because it's not, like, it's very risky to cross people through California right now.
So they go through where?
It's easier to do it through like New Mexico and Texas.
How much are California street gangs someone that buys from someone like you?
So my clientele is Bloods, Crips, like,
Street gangs, and then they distribute it locally.
fuck yeah.
So that makes you more of a like a wholesaler.
Yeah.
You get the big loads to the street gangs and then break it up.
Because how I got arrested and why I got arrested, it's a very deeper story behind it. And I got set up. I got set up and I had my kids with me.
Someone snitched on you.
Somebody snitched on me. Somebody told somebody where I was going to be at, what car I was going to be in.
Is snitching on cartel business a death sentence if they
Yes.
find out who did it?
Yes.
Person been dealt with?
To my knowledge, that individual has been taken care of. The mother, I don't want my kids doing this. It's already shameful enough
Are your
that,
kids?
Doing this?
yeah,
All of them?
no.
Well, how do you feel about that?
When I told my kid that is involved in that, I told him, like, why?
You do it. My dad does it. My dad did it. You do it.
Okay, good. I'm a great example. Like, you see what the I'm going through.
Do you almost feel like you can't tell them not to do it because...
I feel like a hypocrite when I tell them not to do it. Yeah, I do. I feel like a hypocrite.
What do the cartels think about President Sheinbaum?
I guess it's one of the worst things that happened in Mexico.
So is she actively trying to shut the cartels down or do anything about the cartel situation?
No, I think they're just gaining more power, the government, like the corrupt side. Now they're not only like going against like doing shady stuff to cartels, they do it to regular citizens too. You know, like
So the
kidnappings
citizens
and
are
stuff.
upset about
so
that.
it's spreading to like, it's not something like, for instance, you used to have cops that will steal drugs from cartels, you know, and then they'll sell it and stuff. But now they're actually like kidnapping like regular businessmen. ¿Te gusta la presidente Claudia Sheinbaum? ¿Por qué sí o por qué no?
A nadie le gusta la presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum porque está llevando el país a un quiebre total.
There's conspiracy theorists that wonder if Mossad or any sort of Israeli intelligence agency has a stake in the operations of the Mexican cartels. Do you know if that's at all accurate?
I haven't really heard anything specific about it, but Mexico's always been filled with all these intelligence agencies from different parts just because its proximity to the United States. So, I mean, even famous reporters have gotten killed by a lone assassin that was never found, you know, because they started uncovering either CIA stuff or you know, spy agencies from other countries, Israel and Russians and stuff.
No te podría decir que trabaja directamente, pero sí exagentes ciertas corporaciones, inteligencias de gobiernos alrededor del mundo vienen y enseñan tácticas de guerra
¿Alguna reflexión final o algo más que te gustaría decir?
a los jóvenes, que no porque miren películas de acción, narcotráfico, criminalidad, corridos que ahorita están de moda, que no se metan a este mundo. Es totalmente una mentira. No sabes lo que se batalla, lo que te quiebra mentalmente, el estrés. Sigan por un camino bueno el deporte, el estudio, el emprendimiento. Aquí hay de dos, como dicen, cárcel o la muerte. Y para allá vamos. Hay muchas personas que sí se salen. Es muy difícil ya cuando estás en un nivel alto. Entonces, que le echen ganas.
There's two choices, death or prison for the rest of your life. And if you're willing to do one of those eventually, then come on over. I suggest people stay away from this life. I wouldn't wish this upon no one.
Folks, thank you for joining me on this episode. If you are in Jalisco or maybe Sinaloa, Plaza Boss, or above, and you want to take me deeper into the cartel world, email me at TommyGMcGee123@gmail.com. And if you like this video, I think you'll like this one too. Thank you. See you next week.